What's going on, y'all? It's Alex. Welcome to PurplePillville. And I'm going to just real quick. I had a moment that's one of my Purple Pill moments. This is going to be one of my first why I'm Purple Pill stories. Anyone who knows me knows I used to be big on the red pill. I used to be big on there ain't really a purpose in women besides sex, stuff like that. But that's when I was younger and when I just basically all really understood kind of how to get at a woman with sex. This was like college age. I'm 30 now, so this was like when I was probably like in my 19 through 22 phase. That's when I first discovered the red pill. That was when I had my own whole phase. I was the cock that they were carouseling on, or whatever you want to call it. That was me. And then I met the person I'm currently in a relationship with now. By that time, I had realized, okay, girls can't be completely useless outside of sex, because I had already had them be able to do things, that would help out. But around the time of right before I got into my first relationship, and during that, not my first relationship, I'm sorry, right before I got in my current relationship, and during the time before my current relationship, where I was able to start realizing, hey, these women are really helping my business. They're really helping to promote. They're really helping to actually do it. They're actually taking me places and getting me things and listening to what, I always dreamed of being able to do, where I always dreamed of being able to go, and making it happen for me. So it can't just be a sex thing. And that's when I realized, of course, we're all blue pill, from the beginning. But once you get the red pill, it's like, okay, now you know how to be a nice guy and you know how to be a player. In my head, the purple pill is just a combination of both. You bring back that nice guy that you were born talking to be, who your mama, that's what I always say. But anyway, who your mama taught you to be, the nice guy. Then you go through your red pill stage, you see female nature, you see him cheating, you see him lying, you see that sex doesn't matter to them, that they don't really care about it. You realize that that's not the key. And then you start gaming, you start being a player, but eventually you're just supposed to level up and move on, guys. Like, you're supposed to come out of that. You're not supposed to be a player forever. Well, what's Big Pun say? I'm not a player no more. I just crush a lot. And I'm going to tell y'all really quick how my grandparents are a perfect example of that. My granddad on my mom's side is what a lot of cornballs and red pill idiots would call a blue pill simp. He got married to my grandma. He got married to my grandma when they were both very young. They've been together for like over 60 years. They had 7 kids. They bought a house. They did everything the traditional blue pill right way, right? Then I have a granddad on my dad's side. He's the complete opposite. He just passed away, actually, last week. God rest his soul, but I'm going to tell the truth. He just passed away last week. I know my dad's side of the family. I'm not that close with them, but me and my sister, we went to the funeral because, he was good. When I did get to meet that side of my family's granddad, he was solid or whatever. We went to the funeral, and we found out he had 16 kids, 47 grandkids, and 37 great-grandkids. I repeat, 16 kids, 47 grandkids, 37 great-grandkids. So by what people would call it, he's definitely red pill. He was definitely the paper. Like, Papa was a rolling stone. That was my granddad on my dad's side, okay? And so that's another reason that I'm purple pill guy. Besides my own experience of what I just told you guys, looking at both of them, my granddad's is supposed to be, again, like I said, what people would call a blue pill simp. But my granddad, my family's mostly women. And my granddad's probably the only man in my family, really. There's not that many, but it's probably besides myself and maybe 2 or 3 other people who really get respect from the women in the family. Yeah, they shit test them. Female nature is still female nature. It doesn't matter if it's your cousin, your granddaughter, your daughter, whoever, right? They're going to do what they do, right? But they ultimately respect him as a man, okay? And I realized that they respected him as a man because I realized when I was like, I never viewed my granddad as like beta or soft or not a real man. And he's doing all this stuff that traditionally people say real men shouldn't be doing or women won't respect you for doing, but this is the most respected man in my life. He taught me everything I know about manhood. Then I look at my other granddad, and technically by red pill laws, he never really settled down. He never really got married. He didn't have one-itis. He spreaded his seed around. He focused on his own thing. My granddad was a musician. That's one of the reasons he was able to sleep with so many women. So he focused on his purpose and his passion and doing his own thing, right? But the chaos that was caused as a result of him living the red pill life, he had 16 kids. 16. I just found out at that funeral that this dude I used to go to high school with, we played football for like 2 years. Like, this is my first cousin. He's one of my granddad's kids, my dad's sister's kids, and we didn't even know it. You know, I'm 30 years old now. This dude like 28. That's what you get when you live the red pill life and you don't settle down. You get what I'm saying? So like I said, it's easy to sit there and say, oh, you do all this stuff and women won't respect you. But my own dad, I hadn't seen for 20 years. And then this was my first time, me and my sister seeing my dad in like 20 years. And we met him and he came over to meet my nieces and stuff like that. My nieces didn't even want to hug him, guys. They didn't even want to talk to him because they don't know who he is. They've been alive. One of them is 13. The other one is 9 going on 10. And this was their first time ever meeting him. I hadn't seen him myself in like 20 years. I'm doing my best to keep it from being awkward. You know, but they didn't respect him. At one point, they were literally all making fun of him. There's 5 women on the couch. It's my girl, my sister, my mom, and my 2 nieces. And then they're on one side of the couch and they're making fun of my dad because he worded something the wrong way. He's on the other side. He's like, they're going to respect me. They're going to respect me. Nope, don't respect them. They don't respect them. And I realized in that moment, the only 2 men in the room who had respect, who could command the respect, are those 5 black women. My mom, my sister, my girl, and my 2 nieces was me and my granddad, who people would consider to be blue pill simps. We were the only ones they would listen to. They'd do whatever we said. If we told them to run through a wall for us, they would do it. But they wouldn't do anything for my dad. Wouldn't do anything for my dad, who my dad, you know, he had... Now he's somewhere with some other women and stuff, right? But my dad, again, red pill player. Never got married. Bounced from woman to woman. Didn't have one-itis. Now he's coming back, and no one in the family really respects him. He has no clout. He has no say-so. But then you have me, and then me being purple pill, the blue pill simp. All the women in that room will run through a wall for me. You see, guys, when you're young, it's all about sex. When you get older, you realize a woman's love, and like I tell you all the time, their mind is the most important. My granddad wasn't no simp. My granddad was purple pill. He had red pill knowledge. You understand what I'm saying to you guys? But he was masculine. He was a man. A real man is purple pill. We understand the realness of what a female can be, but you're not really red pill if you think female nature is all negative. Female nature is the most loving, caring, nurturing nature in the world. If you really get into a female's head, she'll love you unconditionally just like she will a child. But see, when you red pill, you only look at the negative side of female nature. You only look at the side as far as cheating and alpha widowing and things like that. You know what I'm saying? That females are capable of doing because society allows them to get away. But you don't look at the positives. Like I said, women are your best helpmate. They're your best helpmates. Your women represent the intelligence of the society. You know what I'm saying? The men represent the strength of the society, the protection of the society. You know what I'm saying? So a real man understands that we're nothing without our women is what I'm trying to point across to you. And you don't lose respect from being a real man and having a family. You gain a legacy. You gain respect not only from other women, but your own women, because it means more, even the other women, to see you with a woman. Why do you think girls come at y'all more, guys, when you're in a relationship than when you're single? Because they respect it more. They respect it more. Okay, so being red pill is just about understanding life in general. And understanding life in general tells you a man who has a wife, who has a family, who holds it down the right way, will always get more respect than the player, especially in the end. Because by 40, 50, they talk about how women hit the wall, but men do too. By like 40, 50, you washed up. You trying to get back in your kids' lives. They don't know who you are. They don't want nothing to do with you. You can't get women like that no more, so now you by yourself. It's the male version of the cat lady. The only difference is you ain't got no cats. You just sitting there wondering why your kids ain't talking to you. The itchy, scratchy, STDs and all that stuff. You know, you don't got to worry about none of that being purple pill, man. I'm telling you guys, the real strength is in purple pill. I'll also leave you guys on this. One of the 2 fastest ways to build wealth in this country. Real estate, life insurance. It's easier to buy a house with a woman. If you both take out life insurance policies, you can change the direction of your whole entire family and start a new legacy for your own family. You can break your family's curse. Okay? With the power of a good woman, a well-trained woman. Get you one woman, guys. Train her. Learn her love language so that you can be what you need to be for her, and then train her so she can be what she needs to be for you. Because between the two, some people may call my granddad on my mom's side the blue pill simp for getting married or whatever. But I call him the purple pill real man for picking one woman, getting married, and leading his family. And we all know who each other are. We're not spread out all over the world and stuff. I don't consider my other grandfather to be a real man. Because it's like I tell you guys all the time. All he could write on his obituary basically was bitches. When that part of the funeral came up, it was embarrassing. Everybody's laughing. They're like, dang, 16 kids, 47 grandkids. He didn't get points for that, guys. He didn't get props. It is not what you want. You don't want your obituary to basically just be a whole bunch of kids you had. No marriage, no legacy, no house. You didn't die and leave anybody a $1 million life insurance policy. You didn't die and leave anybody a house or a home equity loan or anything like that. You died and left bitches, basically, and a bunch of kids that don't know each other because you couldn't control your libido. So that's my thoughts on that. I'm about to hit the gym up, guys. I'm going to talk to y'all later. Peace.